Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we will be reviewing LI Auto. Now, LI Auto, just to give you a brief description, is a Chinese electric car maker. Okay, so let's get right into it. Well, let's get some information about LI Auto. LI Auto, okay? I don't know if they pronounce it Lee, but let's just go with LI Auto. It says here that LI Auto designs, develops, manufactures, and sells premium smart electric SUVs, energy vehicles. It provides safe, convenient, and cost-effective mobility solutions to families. The firm model includes LI1 and E-Verve. Its passenger vehicle market categorized into sedan, SUV, and MPV segments. This company was founded by, I'm not going to butcher those names, in April 2015. It's headquartered in Beijing, China. You see the CEO. They have roughly a little bit over 2,600 employees. Again, the headquarters is in Beijing, founded in 2015, and the average volume is 8.4 million. Okay, 8.4 million with a market cap of 123 million. Other stocks that people also bought in this segment was NIO. Okay, our famous, we just love NIO. And again, you really can't have Workhorse without NIO and NIO without Workhorse. And just to give you a little information, I know this review is about LI, but I'm going to just read the description of Workhorse so you guys understand exactly what I mean. And Workhorse is doing really, really, really well today. They're already up, going on 12%. You know what? Matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to catch this ride. I'm going to buy one share because I have a little bit of money inside of my look at this. They want me to log in. Here we go. We're always losing money with Robinhood. That's why I like WeBull better. But anyway, I bought one share because I want to kind of jump in on a ride. As you can tell, I already made 20 cents. Okay, it's going up. I'm sorry. I got to buy some more. I got to buy some more stocks. I'm going to buy, I think I'm going to buy about 5 shares here as this is going up. I love this to make money on the go. You have to. You see a stock going up. That doesn't mean that it's going to go up the entire time. But here we go. Good old Robinhood. Got to refresh. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this review is about LI Auto, but I'm jumping on a wave. People do understand when I jump on my waves. Okay, let's see if I can do 5. That's roughly worth $88. Okay, review. I don't want to convert to limited order. Nope, I don't want an option. Thanks, Robinhood. Thanks for helping me lose money today. Bye. Thank you. All right, and done. Okay. So now for 6 shares Workhorse. But anyway, the reason why I say you can't have NIO without Workhorse and LI without Workhorse, because I'm just going to give you this information right here. So Workhouse Group engages in designing and build performance battery electric vehicles in aircraft. Okay, again, they build performance battery electric vehicles in aircraft. It develops cloud-based real-time telematics performance monitoring systems. The firm operates in 2 divisions, automotive and aviation. The automotive division operates as an original equipment manufacturer of class 3 to 6 commercial grade medium-duty truck chassis. Market under the Workhorse brand. The aviation division offers delivery drones and Surefly multi-cop. This company was founded by Stephen S. Burns on February 20, 2007. Now, this is an American company that's in Loveland, Ohio. Okay, so they're all in the same sector, and Workhorse is going fairly well. Let's look at the timeline really quickly. I know I'm off topic here, but I just want to show you their timeline. Since they released their stock back in December 11, 2015, I believe. And ever since then, they have been up almost 200%. We're talking about 199, 198%. I know it's fluctuating because of the market, but they've been up roughly 200% since they actually released their stock. Let's look at the past month. The past month, they have been down 10%. The past week, they've been up a little bit over 14% or 14.5. And then today, they are killing it. They're already up almost 14%. So you guys just saw me bought some shares. Robinhood was slow on the take, but I'm already up, going up to 60 cents, seems to be. All right, back on topic. So LR Auto, let's go to the 5 years. They're a very, very new organization, new stock that's publicly listed. So as you can tell, in the past 5 years, they have absolutely nothing. In the past year, So released July 30, 2020. So far to date, they're up 5.81%. The last 3 months, they've been up 5.81%. The last month, okay, they're not giving me the credentials here. All right. So the past week, again, as you can tell, the price has been going up and down. When they first released, roughly at $17 per share, now they are actually down from that amount. So a lot of people who bought into some shares early on when they first, their initial public offer, when they first bought in, their portfolios when it comes to LI Auto is absolutely down. That doesn't mean that this won't rally back, that this is not one of those futuristic stock that you look out and you actually see that you can make some good money with this particular stock. So as I said before, this stock is literally a year old, okay, a year old. Looks like it released July 30th of last year. So today they're doing around a little bit, they're getting close to 3% at 2.63%. So they're going back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. So is this a good stock to actually invest in? Is this a good stock to actually invest in? Let's take a closer look. Good morning, Lady Luck. Let's go over to Market Watch and see any other information that could tell us not to buy. Or see, here's the thing. Do you want to do a short buy, a long buy, or what I call short term, long term, or lifetime? Okay. Lifetime stocks are usually your stocks that has really good dividends, like Ford. But even Ford has been reducing their dividend share because their market, their profitability and their profit margin with their stocks has decreased greatly. I remember when Ford was at $12 and $13. Now they're at $6. I know COVID hurt a lot of stocks, but a lot of stocks has been rallying back, doing pretty well. I'm not beating up on Ford this morning. I'm just saying that they have not been doing as good as they should be, in my opinion. There's only 2 American car makers. Let's just get that straight. That's 2 American car makers. Now, it doesn't matter if you drive a Dodge or a Chrysler. The only 2 American car makers is Ford and GMC, or GM rather. Okay, because GMC falls under GM and Chevy falls under GM. Okay, so those only 2 American car makers. We understand that Fiat, I believe that's out of, I know it's out of Europe, but I believe it's Italy. Fiat owns Chrysler. Fiat owns Dodge. Okay, now they might still have some warehouses and manufacturers inside the U.S., but the companies are no longer U.S. based, meaning that they sold their company. Okay, all right, let's look at their credentials here. Nothing really too significant support. They're not really getting any information because the stock is so brand new. They're already up 3% today, so they're not doing too bad. They're doing pretty well. Let's look at some of the headline news. As we see right here, what's ahead for Tesla's, Nikola, and other electric vehicle stocks. That's not the way we want. Full earnings were way, way, way better than feared. Okay. Chinese electric car maker LI Auto soars 50% post IPO. LI Auto stock up more than 40% in post IPO trading, and LI Auto prices IPO at $11.50 per ads. Okay, so let's look at the most recent news dealing with LI Auto. It says EV company news for the month. And again, the reason why news is important because we understand that news can either boost the market or tank the market, because even before people actually get verifiable data, verifiable information, which most news sources try to do to give the consumers, to give clients the most pertinent news, but that doesn't mean that it's accurate, because news sways the market, because the market is just as emotional as you watching your kids play sports. It's just as emotional watching your kids in a theater. You know, you're like sitting back and you're like, you know, you want them to do well, learn your parts, and you're saying the parts with them. That is how the market is. It's very emotional, because when investors see that new technologies come out, like, oh, that's really good, so let me buy a lot of shares. So the stock prices rise when Take, for instance, I'm not beating on my boy Elon Musk. Actually like Elon Musk. But when they see Elon Musk on Joe Rogan smoking weed, they're like, oh, that doesn't look good for the company. Let me start selling some of our stocks because we know this is going to drop and I don't want to lose no money. Emotional. It's emotional, okay? So that's why news is kind of like very, very important next to all analytics and tools, because think of it like this. And I like to refer to people, kids, because I know that you guys understand that, or a family member or a close friend. If you receive some news, right, of an emergency, you're going to stop, drop, and speed to that location. Think about that when investors read some bad news, they stop, drop, and sell their stocks. Okay, they sell their stocks. And this is when you become mature in your investing and you buy more stocks. When the stock prices drop, okay, like when Tesla dropped, you should have been buying in Tesla, whether it be incremental or fractional shares, or you had the money to buy entire shares. Then that is when you buy them when people are frantic, okay? Warren Buffett, I love saying the same. When Warren Buffett said, the transfer of wealth is from the impatient to the patient. Like people who can just like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm just waiting around. The impatient, no, I gotta get rid of these stocks. I gotta get rid of these stocks. Then when you get those other stocks, you start buying, you're like, okay, I'm good. Because now when Tesla went back up, people made a lot of money. Anyway, let's look into this one of July 30th, 2020. It says Chinese electric car maker Li Auto soars. Let's just roughly go over some information. We're not going to dive too deep into it. As you can tell, it says the American depository shares of Chinese electric car maker Li Auto was up 5.50%, skyrocketing nearly 50% to trade above $16 on Thursday after pricing their initial public offer at 11.50. So people who bought in before it was actually released made great profit. Okay, made great profit. It said Li last week set an IPO range between $8 and $10. The company sold 95 million, as to raise 1.3 billion. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and UBS are among the underwriters. Now, I might have got this wrong. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I said they've been out a year. So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I think they just came out. Yes, they just came out this July. My apologies. Okay. I don't know. That's wow. Okay. They just were released this July 30th. That's why I actually did this. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking about Nicola. Okay. So erase the whole 1 year thing and replace it with a couple of days. So people who are originally bought in at 11.50 really made great money. Now, I still think the banking and the profit margins that you guys can actually make is with NIO. Now, Li Auto is a very aggressive, electric car maker. What I'm saying is everybody is following Tesla lead. Okay, Tesla's lead. Now, what may help Li Auto is what Elon Musk said in the past week on the news. Now that's going to hurt Tesla a little bit, but I don't think he cares because you make a great product, you can get great profit margins. So let me just read a little bit more here, then I'll get into what Elon Musk said so you understand exactly what I'm getting at. It says, in prospectus, Li said it had started volume production of its first model, an SUV called Li1 last year, and that it has delivered more than 10,400 Li1 vehicles as of June 30th. Li said it focused on SUVs costing between $21,000 and $70,000, seeking to offer customers unparalleled value for the money with the performance, functionality, and cabin space of a large premium SUV, but pricing close to a compact premium SUV. So buying a premium, electric vehicle at $21,000 is definitely riding, in competition with Tesla. But there is no Chinese car makers in America. You have Japanese and you have Korean for the most part, but there's no Chinese car maker. Now, I've been wrong, so please, in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong. But there's no Chinese car makers. But again, Chinese has, the Chinese population is 1.3, 1.5 billion. I want to say at least 10% can afford these vehicles. Okay, at least 10%. So this think about that in very large numbers, that over 1 million people can actually afford a LI vehicle or a Neo vehicle. So let's get into what your boy Elon Musk said about China. First, he said China rocks. The U.S., not so much, according to Elon Musk. Now, this is what he's been saying. Wow. Chinese has been taking a lot of heat on the global stage these days, particularly in the U.S., where unfavorable toward the country is at its highest level. Now, we understand that that all goes back to TikTok and that the American government believes that TikTok is a spy app for Chinese agents. Okay, so now Microsoft is in negotiations and talking with Donald Trump, president, about buying TikTok, the U.S. version, because TikTok, the Chinese version, doesn't have a lot of freedom like the one that the American version has. And I believe that the company that makes TikTok is called ByteDance, BYTE Dance. So you might want to look out to buy some fractional or whole shares of Microsoft, because if they do buy TikTok, I am almost guaranteed that the Microsoft stock is going to go up anywhere from 3 to 7%. Okay, anywhere from 3 to 7%. All right, so this is what Elon Musk says. China rocks, in my opinion. The energy in China is great. There's like a lot of smart, hardworking people, and they really not entitled. They're not complacent. What does that mean to me, Elon? So there's smart people in China. Now, I can play this both ways. He's not saying there's not smart people in the U.S. He's not saying that. But some people may take it. So what you're saying, Chinese people are smarter than, American citizens? That is when you start going on in the deep end and you start getting very negative, okay? You get very negative. So I'm not going to take it as that. But then you say they're not entitled. What kind of insinuates, okay, that Americans are entitled and that Americans get complacent? I go back up here. China rocks. The energy in China is great. Then you go down and says they're not entitled. They're not complacent. So when I think about energy, I think that they're uplifting, they work hard. And then when you think about complacent, meaning that you just kind of like, lazy, I don't really want to do it today. I'm good right here. I don't want to push it. That is where I get it from. But I'm not going to sway the pendulum one way or another. But this can actually hurt Tesla stock or help Tesla stock. It really can. And right now, Tesla is up 2.69%. All right. He says that Tesla boss Elon Musk heaping praise on China and growing and throwing shade at the country he calls home. In a recent interview with Automotive News, I see in the United States increasingly much more complacency and entitlement, especially in places like the Bay Area and LA and New York. Okay, these are, powerhouses when it comes to business. Okay, when I think about business, I think about, I think about LA, I think about New York, I think about Dallas, I think about Chicago, Silicon Valley. I think about these really huge hubs where a lot of companies, I think about Seattle, I think about all these large corporations, and he's calling them out. He's saying they look complacent and entitled during these places. Musk said, pointing to 2 states that have helped boost Tesla business through tax breaks and other incentives. In fact, the Los Angeles Times put the total amount of government help for Tesla at more than $4.9 billion. Boy, this dude knows how to stir up some mess. Musk went on to use a sports analogy to predict rough times ahead for the U.S. When you've been winning for too long, you sort of take things for granted. The United States, and especially like California and New York, you've been winning for too long, he said. When you've been winning too long, you take things for granted. So just like some pro sports team, they win a championship, a bunch of times in a row, they get complacent and they start losing. You know who he's talking about, right? Golden State Warriors. That's what he's talking about. He's trying to be slick. Tesla shareholders surely have been winning lately. The stock, despite a speed bump on Friday, is up more than 250% so far this year, with the S&P specs at 0.78% is struck above break even. Musk also shared his thoughts on the share price rocket rise, saying it's not worth his efforts to massage the stock market on managed investor expectations. This is very key what he says next. At the end of the day, you make great cars and the company's health and making great products, investors will be happy. He told Automotive News, if you make lousy products, your customers will be unhappy and then your investments will be unhappy. Your investors will be unhappy. I agree with that. I actually agree with that. That's a really good sentiment. I don't really have any boggle against it at all. I don't have nothing to say against it. But when it comes to investing in LI Auto, the question is, should you invest? That is your question. Should you invest in LI Auto? Right now, today, they are up 4.6% and still climbing. That is the question you kind of want to ask yourself. Is LI Auto worth investing? I don't want to push you one way or another, but LI Auto shows promise in their releasing of the IPO on July 30th at $11.50 up to 16%. Okay, now they're almost about to reach 17%. So a stock like this, what I love to do, because it looks like they're doing fairly well. Again, if anybody knows me, when I buy my options on Robinhood, I got to use my app, okay? So I'm gonna go on Robinhood here, and I'm going to buy. Yeah, that's my portfolio. I'm doing good. Today, I am up. Let's see here. Today, I'm up $341. I'm not even lying to you if you can see that. Yeah, I'm up $341 on today. That is because I can show you that on my options here. I love to show you my portfolio so you guys can understand that options is a great way to make some money. So let's look at the plug. Let's look at Plug Energy. Now today I'm up 30%, but my total return I'm still down 106%. And this contract actually expired on December 18th. This is one of my long contracts. Mostly I do short-term risky, but I mean the plug is up today at 31%. So I'm looking for a huge turnaround. Let me go back. Bank of America, I bought this, I want to say over the weekend, and I'm up $36 at 33% right now. I bought 9 contracts. So if anybody can see, let me see if I can blow this up. Excuse me. So you can see this a little bit better. There we go. So right here, as you can tell, I got 9 contracts. My break-even price is 26, and it's fluctuating. Now I'm down to $27, only at 25%, but I'm still making good money. So let's go back. Let's go back to LI Auto because that's the one I'm pushing. That's the one I'm reviewing today. And do I want to be risky or do I want to be solid? Okay, because they all going back and forth. If you notice, it was just up 16.76. They probably heard me talk about an option. They went up to $16.88. Now they're down at $16.56. So you can still buy an option. It doesn't have to be a call where you're banking on that the stock is going to actually rise in value. You can bank on it going down and put in a put and bank on it going down. So I don't really do puts, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy a put. Why not? Why not? So again, I'm going to do this on my phone because the phone, this has a better intuitive way of buying options in my opinion. So buy, what are we doing here? We're going to buy option. Here we go. Robinhood is always changing their option. Trailing stop order, limited order. Price for order. Here we go. Continue. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Robinhood once again changed their platform, so I'm slightly confused as I'm doing this live. Yeah, I don't know if I like the way this is at. They got trail percentages. They don't have the regular conditional orders. Okay, at the current moment, you can't buy any options. That's what it is. So it's on me. All right. So do I believe that LI Auto is going to go up? I believe so. I believe they're getting some help from Elon Musk just by him, him talking about it. And I'm going to get in, because I told you guys we're going to get into options. If you look at my description, was going to go over LI Auto. That was going to get into some options. But not this particular option. My option I'm going to actually go over is Bank of America. I bought an option this weekend for Bank of America. And as you can tell, LI Auto is going down. So this is really a good time to buy. Okay, I'm going to see, before it starts to ticker up, I'm going to see how far they're going to drop. And then I'm going to go ahead and buy me a couple of those. So let's keep looking at this, but let's move on to Bank of America's option that I bought. Okay, that's the one we just went over. Why did I buy the option on Bank of America? Why did I buy this option? Right now, I'm up 33% at $36, but I'm expecting that to go up a lot more. This actually expires on August 7th, which is Friday. Why did I buy 9 options of Bank of America? Let's go into that. All right, I'm not going to break down totally. Excuse me. I'm not going to break down totally all the credentials, but we're going to go over the stock first of Bank of America. So let's look at the timeline first. Over the course of 5 years, Bank of America has been performing at 41%. Over the course of 1 year, they've been down 11. 3 months, they've been up roughly 12. The past month, up 5.2. The past week, up 4.7. And today, they have been doing 1.5. Okay? So they have my option listed here. We don't really need to talk about what Bank of America is as a bank. Okay? But let's get into some information. Again, I love giving you guys the news so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Bank of America Corp stock rises Friday, but it still underperforms the market. Buffett purchased at least $1.7 billion of Bank of America stock this month. This happened July 31st. Okay, July 31st. July 31st, excuse me, was Friday. Today is Monday. So when I saw that, I went and I bought me some options because Warren Buffett is a mogul. Warren Buffett is a beast when it comes to investing. So he just don't buy stuff to buy stuff. Now, granted, do I think Warren Buffett is nefarious in any way? I just don't know. But I know that he has the power to sway the market. When a guy like him invests $1.7 billion, I'm expecting for that stock to rise. He's not about losing money because he will jump in and out of stocks. Was it about a year or two ago, he sold a lot of his Microsoft, IBM stocks, I believe he sold. And then IBM went down, okay, because they had more volume, meaning they had more of their shares back, which they had less investors' money. So it went down. So anytime somebody like Warren Buffett buys 1.7 billion of the stock, I don't see how it cannot go up, okay? And you say, oh, maybe it go up 1, 2, 3%. Is it worth investing? Yes, it's worth investing. July 30th, Buffett's Berkshire boosts its stake in Bank of America to 11.8%. He owns over 10% of Bank of America. That is huge. 27 analyst rating says 50% buy, 44% hold, 0 sell. I wonder why they said that. So when it comes to option trading or even individual trading of individual stocks, Bank of America, I'm expecting this week to do very, very well. Okay, very, very well. And yes, usually I break down all the analytics. I break down the PE ratio, the EPS, their analytics, their CEO, the revenue, any innovation, anything they're doing differently. If Bank of America is getting the cryptocurrencies or they're creating a cryptocurrency or they're using blockchain technology, I am simply telling you, I made this investment based upon this man right here, Warren Buffett, AKA investing giant. I am. I'm not going to lie to you. Is that a good strategy? No, not at all. But if anybody knows anything about this channel and how I invest, usually I get all the information. I do all the research, but sometimes I ride away. Is that risky? Yes. It's kind of like playing Russian roulette. It's kind of like playing Russian roulette in a casino or when you're gambling or whatever, versus playing chess and strategizing your each and every move like I usually do. But let me tell you, I've been lucky to reading pertinent news information and making investments. Okay. Like the other day, I bought an option and I did it live and I was up $300 and something and I sold it way too late and only made like $100. So this thing, if you could sit at your home, at your computer, or you're on your job for the first hour or two because you're like, okay, I got to go through my emails, I got to go through this, that, and the other, then all of a sudden you make $300 just sitting down. And in 2 days, you make $600. And by the end of the week, you've made $1,000. Think about that. You can actually make $1,000 per week with, 2 hours of trading per day. That's kind of like what day traders do. But if you don't have $25,000 in your account with on these certain platforms, you can't be a day trader by law. But and a day trader is simply meaning that you're buying and selling stocks of the same stock in the same day. But if you do kind of what I do, I'm looking at news stories that are futuristically, gives information about a company. So I buy options, I'll buy individual stocks today, and then I'll sell them tomorrow. So you can do that as well. So there's many ways to get around that $25,000 in your account to make profit. Okay. And again, no matter how the market is performing, you can buy options banking on a stock that's going down. That's called a put. Or you're banking on a stock that's going up. That is called a call. So again, let me go back to LI Auto. Today, I'm already up. And I want you to see this. I'm already up $405. This is what I'm talking about. This number right here. Read that number right there. It says today, I am up $404 at 9%. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Why is that? Because of these options right here. These options right here. Now, granted, the whole market is doing really, really well today. My 6 shares of Workhorse is almost at 12%. So let's go back to Workhorse because I bought that today too. How much made? I'm down. What I'm talking about. I ain't making no money off of Workhorse, but they're up. I don't know. They ain't not up on my account, but anyway, if you can tell, my whole portfolio is performing well. So I'm up I'm up over $400, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully that information has found you well, but I'm going to go back because I remember what I said about LR Auto. I want to buy some LR Auto. They are down. Okay, see that I should have bought it at $16.43. This is what I'm talking about. You cannot wait. So I only want 5 of these shares, which is going to, I want a little bit. I want to kind of get to 100. So I'm going to do 6. Yeah. Do 6 shares of that. I'm going to deposit $100. Deposit the funds, Robinhood. Okay. Review. Convert to limited order. Review. Buy. And boom. Done and done. I got 6 shares of LI Auto, and it's only 2% of my portfolio diversity, and we're waiting for some financials. I'm down 15%. So that means it dropped. I'm down 12%. Let's just look at this for a minute or so. This could be entertaining sometimes. It could be very entertaining. I mean, watching me either lose or make money. But this is going to help you in your financial walk when you start doing your investments, because the best way to learn how to invest is watching somebody else invest and why they invest. That's why, every now and again, most days I come on and I break down a organization, corporation stock, so you understand some of the things I go through. Now, some of them, I tell people, I go and I read their news. I want to know who their CEO is, how old their CEO, who's the vice president, who's the CFPO, because a lot of times those things are actually pertinent. They're very pertinent to an organization, because think about it like this. Other than Jeff Bezos, who else do you know in Amazon that's like a higher up? That's my point. So what if Jeff Bezos, and I'm not trying to put any negative spirits or on Jeff Bezos. Let's just say he happens to pass away, abruptly, that's going to hurt Amazon stock, because even though he may not be in daily operation, but they look at him kind of like the Steve Jobs. He's an innovator. He's pushing technology. He's coming up with great ideas. So those things are very important to an organization, is their CEO. But what's another form of actually what's important is who is backing up that CEO. Who is the VP? Okay, who is the vice president? All right, because it's kind of like when you look at America, you're like, okay, Joe Biden is going to pick who for his running mate. Now, a lot of the Democrats are pushing for him to pick a black female like Kamala Harris, Susan Rice, Val Demings. You know, I'm not political in my stance. You know, my thing is I still don't know if I'm whoever he picks for his running mate is going to be very, very substantial. Now, if I was to vote for Joe Biden, I'm not going to lie, I would want his running mate to be Val Demings. Okay, I would want his running mate to be Val Demings. Okay, I'll just say that. I'm not going to get any other rhetoric or any other bias. That's what I would just say. I like her to be the vice president. That's all I'll say about that. Now, granted, as I was running my mouth here, I was down 12 cents. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm up 12 cents. See, you're like, man, what the hell is 12 cents, right? But let me tell you, 12 cents is important. 12 cents is important because it shows growth in your portfolio. It's money. It's money. What if you could, because think about it. I'll talk to maybe a minute. If you could make 12 cents every minute for the rest of your life, how rich would you be? How many minutes in a day? How many? So, you do the math. It's like, okay, well, it's 24 hours in a day. Each hour is 60 minutes. So break it down. See how rich you'll be or how poor you'll be. But I guarantee you probably want to make 12 cents every minute. Okay. All right, I'm going to look at one more stock. Let's look at Amazon. Since I'm talking about Jeff Bezos, I'm about to get off here, ladies and gentlemen. Been running my mouth way too long. All right, so Amazon is down less than 1%. They're down $25. And I can tell you right here on Robinhood, as you would WeBull, and if you want to join Robinhood or WeBull or Stash, look in my description below. You will see links to those, okay? Excuse me. So what you can do is you can change from shares to dollars, and you don't have to buy one share of Amazon at $3,100. You can say, you know what, I got $50 I want to invest in Amazon. So you go up here and you say invest in, and you hit dollars, and then you put your money inside of here. Okay, but let's really look at we're just going to look at the line chart for Amazon. I'm going to read your comments and I'm going to get out of here. So 5 years. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon has been killing it. Now, granted, if anybody knows my history, I worked for Amazon for a year as operations manager, and the technology is absolutely breathtaking. See, most people just think as Amazon as a online retail store. I remember what Jeff Bezos says back when he first started Amazon. Somebody said, so you're a bookstore that sells your books online. He said, no, we are a technology company that happens to sell books online. Okay, so a lot of us look at Amazon as to go and buying products, but believe me, Amazon is a giant. They are in every facet of business, of technology. Okay, when you talk about AWS, Amazon probably has more software engineers than any other company. That's all they do is build software, because when you are working for Amazon and you're doing these online platforms, you're using these internal systems to see certain outputs and deliverables while you're working at the facility or at corporate. Let me tell you, what you see on Amazon.com to go buy all your gadgets and some of your food products has nowhere near what Amazon is doing with other businesses. That's why you're like, wow, why is their stock? It's so crazy right now, or why it's been doing so well, and you're thinking, oh, everybody buys stuff from Amazon. That's true, and they continue to innovate. Okay, they continue to innovate. Oh, you want to own your own business? We'll actually give you a truck for $10,000. Listen here, Amazon. Amazon, stop playing with people. They don't have their own business. They're working for Amazon. It is that you have the freedom, but you're still working for Amazon, okay? And if you notice, Amazon has been going, I feel like Amazon is Malcolm X. They're going to deliver these packages by any means necessary. And what I mean is since I've been here, Amazon has delivered packages in an Amazon truck. They have delivered packages in a U-Haul truck. Yes, a U-Haul. They have been delivering packages in a U-Haul truck. They have delivering package in a white unmarked van. I'm like, there's an Amazon person in a white unmarked van delivering packages. I'm like, it's crazy. So when you think of Amazon, don't you just think about online sales. You got to think about AWS too, okay? You have to think about, it's so much. I'm just going to read some of this right here so you understand. Amazon engages in the provisions of online retail shopping services. It operates through the following business segments of North America International and Amazon Web Services. That's AWS. AWS provides a lot of services of global corporations, okay? Global, international. They do stuff for everybody. The North American segment includes retail sales of consumer products and subscriptions through North American focused websites such as Amazon.com and Amazon Canada. We understand that everybody loves Prime. And you may not even, because under Prime, you get a free book a month. You get free music, okay? Just like you would have Pandora. You get Amazon Video, Amazon Prime Video, and you get the 2-day shipping. And sometimes it comes in one day. And if you're lucky, sometimes it comes in the same day. The international segment offers retail sales of consumer products and subscriptions through internationally focused websites. The Amazon Web Services, again, AWS, the Amazon Web Services segment involves in the global sales of compute, storage, database, and AWS services offerings for the startups, enterprises, government agencies, and academic institutions. The company is founded by Jeff Bezos in '94, headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Let me back up a little bit. Amazon is trying to tell you guys something. Amazon is trying to tell you guys something. Just read what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, we got online retail shopping services. First sentence, right? Then they talk about people go on with their consumer products and their subscription services. That's in that first top part, okay? The first 3 or 4 sentences. But the rest of the entire paragraph is saying what? AWS, Amazon Web Services, okay? That's what it's saying. They are a technology company. If you even look in one of the first, it said North American International American Web Services, AWS. Then you jump down a little bit. It says the international segment offers retail sales of consumer products and subscription through international focused websites. Again, they build their own websites. Again, all those software engineers that work for Amazon. The Amazon Web Services segment involves in the global sales of compute, storage, database, and AWS service offerings for startups, enterprises, government agencies. I just had a pause for that. And academic institutions. Now we're talking about governments and we're talking about schools. These are already huge, okay? So if you don't think it's worth investing in Amazon, I would say that you're absolutely wrong. You're going to make money. All right, I'm going to finish the timeline. I'm going to read your notes and get out of here. I know I kind of beat that inside you guys' head. My apologies. Over the course of 1 year, they have been up 77% roughly at $1,300, 3 months, 36% at $800, 1 month, 5%. We understand that COVID has hit, and 1 week, 2%, and today they are down. But let's look at the 3-month segment. Where's COVID-19 at? Right around here, April, May time frame. It's still like they were still doing good. Because, hey, regardless of if people was inside their homes or not, Amazon was still shipping. Amazon was still doing social distance in the warehouse and in the facility in their corporate offices. So they were doing primarily well, okay? So believe me, they have not stopped anything they've been doing. Okay. All right. So Lady Luck says, good morning, Marcus Terry at Amazon listening to you. Marcus Terry says, good morning. AF Otter says, good morning. He said, I'm new to this. Is option good for newbies? It is good for newbies. But I would say if you're going to invest as a newbie, do long-term option trading. Don't do short-term risky ones, because option trading, it has a large learning curve. It has a large learning curve, and you can lose a lot of money very quickly. So if you're going to go into option trading for newbies, and again, I'm still trying to work on some videos. Again, in my opinion, option trading videos are the hardest to do. There's probably somebody out there that has a good platform that can really break down option trading very, very easy. Some people try to do it in one video. I don't think it should be done in one video. I think it should be segments of videos. That's just my opinion. But anyway, I believe that you should look in long-term options, in my opinion. And then Patrice Dominique says, what are your thoughts on Alibaba? Alibaba is the Chinese Amazon, and I believe there's a lot of profitability with that. I think that over the long term, I can actually, look into Alibaba. I believe that I've actually looked into Alibaba before, and Alibaba is always performing well, so to speak. And if anybody want to know what the ticker is for Alibaba, it is BABA, is Baba. Okay. But over the past 5 years, I'll just briefly go over it because a viewer has looked into it. They have been up 232% for the first 5 years. I go down to 3 months. They have been up 35% in the past 3 months. And over the course of the last week, they have been up 3.58%. And today, they are up 3.6%. And they're roughly, and here's the thing, they're not in the thousands yet like Amazon. And this is considered the Chinese Amazon. The problem with Alibaba, in my opinion, is it a good place to invest some of your money? I believe so. But the problem with Alibaba, there are a lot of scammers on Alibaba from all over the world, whether it be Western Europe, Russia, Africa. There's a lot of scammers on Alibaba. Now, there are all legitimate. There's a lot of legitimate companies on Alibaba, and we understand that Alibaba is headquarters out of China, and they do a lot of businesses. I have bought from Alibaba before because you can buy large products very, very cheaply. Like I bought some of my my movie chairs I have in my movie room from Alibaba directly, because when I went to the American company, they charged me $2,800. Okay, and the only thing I got was it was a power recliner and LED lights at the bottom. But for $2,800 on Alibaba, I got LED lights around the cup holder, LED lights at the bottom. I have massage in the back of it, and it still looks like a movie recliner. And it came with tray tables. So you get a lot more when you buy from the manufacturer versus the retail part of it on the end, because they need their money too. Okay. So that's why I like Alibaba, but be very, very careful when you're buying products off of Alibaba. When it comes to the stock of Alibaba, go ahead and invest a couple of $100s in there. I think you'll make some really good returns. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. One of my subscribers says, don't buy LI. If you would, this video is about to end KNCCL. If you have any information to debunk why people shouldn't buy LI Auto, then go ahead and put that in the comment sections below. I wish you guys well today. Learn money and be inspired, okay? You guys stay safe and have a great and wonderful day. I'm out.